Hello, hello! Welcome back to the Confident English Podcast, a cozy space where learning English feels easy and confident. How are you today, Alex?
I am great, Sophie. I am really great. And you? How are you?
I am wonderful, thank you. I am very happy to be here today.
Me too. And hello to everyone listening. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, a big warm hello to all of you. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Before we start, if you like this podcast, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us a lot.
Yes, please click the like button too, and share this episode with a friend. If you share it, you help us help more people learn English. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sophie, today's topic. What are we talking about today?
Oh, today's topic is so important, Alex. We are talking about how to think in English, not translate. Think.
Yes, this is a very, very important skill. And the great news? It is not as hard as you think.
Exactly. It is actually quite simple. And today we will show you how, step by step.
So stay with us. Let's go.
Okay, Alex, let's start with a simple question. When you speak English, do you translate in your head first?
Yes. Sometimes I think in my language first, then I translate to English, then I speak. It takes a long time.
Exactly. A long time. Too long. That is mental translation, and many beginners do this.
It is normal for beginners, but it can be a problem.
Yes, it can be a problem, because when you translate, you are slow. You stop, you think, you worry.
And sometimes you forget what you wanted to say.
Right. So the goal is to think directly in English. No translation, just English.
So, how do we do that?
Great question. We will show you today. There are simple steps, easy steps.
Okay, Sophie, what is the first step?
The first step is to start very small. Use very simple words.
Very simple. Like what?
Like this. When you see a coffee, don't say cafe in your head. Say coffee. Just coffee.
Oh, so I see the object and I say the English word directly.
Yes, exactly. You see a chair, you say chair. Not your word, the English word.
I see a window, I say window.
Perfect. You see a dog, you say
Dog, I say dog.
wonderful. A dog, yes. This is called labeling. You label things in English.
Labeling. Labelling. Labeling.
Good spelling, Alex. So you walk around your house, your office, your street, and you say English words for everything.
Like a little game.
Exactly. A game. A very fun game.
Okay, so I can label things. But what about sentences? How do I think in sentences?
Great question. The second step is to think in short sentences. Very short.
How short?
Like this. I am hungry. 3 words. That's a sentence.
I am hungry. Yes, 3 words.
Or, it is hot today. 4 words. Perfect.
It is hot today. I can do that.
Yes, you can. Try this one. I want coffee.
I want coffee. Easy.
And instead of translating a big, long sentence from your language, you just say, I need help. Where is the exit? Thank you very much.
Short sentences. Simple sentences. Got it.
Short and simple. That is the secret.
That is a good secret.
A very good secret. And it works. Now, Alex, the third step is very important. You need to build an English environment.
An English environment? What does that mean?
It means put English around you every day, every single day.
Like watch English TV?
Yes, watch English TV, English YouTube, English movies, but with subtitles, English subtitles, not your language.
Oh, English subtitles, not my language. I see. That's different.
Exactly. If you use your language subtitles, your brain is lazy. It uses your language, not English.
So English subtitles keep my brain working in English.
Exactly right. Your brain stays in English mode.
I like that. English mode.
And there's more. Change the language on your phone to English.
My phone? Oh, wow. That's a big step.
It is a big step, but a very helpful one. Your phone, you use it many times a day, so now English is everywhere.
Okay. I will try. My phone is now English mode.
Yes. And what about music?
Music. I love music. Listen to English songs?
Yes, listen to English songs. And when you listen, think about the words. What do they mean? Don't translate, just feel it.
Just feel it. That is good advice. Okay, Sophie, here's my question. What if I don't know a word? I want to say something, but I don't know the English word. Do I stop and translate?
Ah, great question. No, you do not stop. You keep going.
But what if I don't have the word?
You describe it with other words, simple words.
Describe it. Like how?
For example, you don't know the word umbrella, you say, it is a thing. You hold it, it is for rain, it is like a circle on a stick.
Oh, wow. A circle on a stick. That's creative.
And it works. The other person understands, and now you're communicating in English.
So I don't need the perfect word. I just need to communicate.
Exactly. Communication, not perfection. This is very important. Write that down, everyone. Communication, not perfection.
Communication, not perfection. I like that a lot.
And actually, native speakers do this too. They forget words. They say, the thing, the device for making coffee. They describe.
Really? Native speakers do that?
Yes, all the time. So you are in good company.
That makes me feel so much better.
Okay, let's go deeper. This is a special tip, Alex.
Ooh, special tip. I'm listening.
When you think in English, don't think in words. Think in feelings. Think in pictures.
Pictures? Like in my mind?
Yes. When you think about home, don't think of the word home first. Picture your home. Feel it. Then the word comes naturally.
Oh, like I see my house, my sofa, my cat, and then I say home.
Exactly. You connect the feeling to the word, not the translation, not your language word. The feeling, the image, and then English.
That is beautiful. That is like art.
It is a little bit like art, and it is also science. Your brain makes connections, strong connections, and over time, English feels natural.
Natural. That is the goal, right? English feels natural.
That is the big goal, and it is possible. 100% possible.
100%. Sophie, I have a new question. Are there special phrases that help you stay in English mode?
Yes, great idea. We call them anchor phrases. A-N-C-H-O-R. Anchor. Like an anchor on a boat, it keeps you in one place. Anchor phrases keep you in English.
Anchor phrases. I like that. What are some examples?
Okay, simple ones. Let me think. How do I say this? I mean, actually, you know what I mean?
Oh, these phrases I can say while I think. They give me time.
Exactly. They give you time, and they sound natural. Native speakers say these all the time.
So instead of going quiet and translating, I say, let me think, and then I continue in English.
Perfect. And the other person waits. They are patient. You are fine.
I feel more confident already.
That is the goal, confidence. These phrases are like a bridge. They take you from I don't know to I can say it.
A bridge. I love that image.
Me too. Anchor phrases are your best friends. And now our last big tip. Practice with real situations.
Real situations. Like what?
Like, you are in a shop. You want to buy something. What do you say? Think in English. Don't translate.
Okay. In the shop, I say, "Hello, excuse me, how much is this? Can I pay by card? Thank you. Have a good day."
Wow, that is excellent. Did you translate?
No, it just came. It came out naturally.
Because you practiced. Because you used simple phrases. Because you trusted yourself.
I trusted myself.
That is the secret weapon. Trust. Trust yourself. Your English is enough. It is enough for communication.
My English is enough. I will remember that.
Say it again, everyone. My English is enough.
My English is enough. Ha, I feel good.
Good. Now, other real situations. At work, at a restaurant, on the phone, with a new friend, every situation is practice.
Every day is practice. Every conversation is a lesson.
Exactly right. And every mistake is a step forward.
A step forward, not a step back.
Never a step back. Always forward. Always.
Okay, Sophie. So we talked about thinking in English in general, but what about formal situations, like a job interview?
Great point. So it depends. In a formal situation, you can still keep it simple, but you choose better words.
Better words. Like what?
For example, with a friend, you say, I want the job. Simple.
I want the job.
With an interviewer, you say, I am very interested in this position. A little more formal, but still simple.
I am very interested in this position. Okay, I can remember that.
And at a party with friends, you can say, hey, what's up? This is so fun. Very relaxed.
Hey, what's up? Yes, very relaxed. I like that.
The key is read the room. Look at the situation, then choose your words. But always, always think in English first.
Think in English first. Always.
Yes, the language changes a little, but the thinking, always English. And now, 3 super important tips for confidence. Ready?
Ready?
Tip number 1, keep it simple. Simple English is good English. You don't need big words. Short words are strong.
Keep it simple. Got it.
Tip number 2, be friendly. Smile when you speak. A smile is international. A smile says, I am open, I am kind, I want to communicate.
Be friendly. Smile. Yes.
Tip number 3, don't be afraid. Fear is the enemy of language. When you are afraid, your brain freezes. When you relax, the words flow.
Don't be afraid. Keep it simple. Be friendly. I will remember all 3.
And one more bonus tip. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes mean you are trying, and trying is beautiful.
Trying is beautiful. That is my new motto.
Mine too, actually. My motto too. Okay, everyone, we are almost at the end of today's episode. Let's do a quick review. What did we learn today?
We learned how to think in English without translating. Step 1, label things in English. Step 2, use short, simple sentences.
Step 3, build an English environment. Phone, music, TV. Step 4, talk to yourself every day. Step 5, describe, don't translate.
Step 6, think in feelings and pictures. Step 7, use anchor phrases. Step 8, practice in real situations.
And most importantly, trust yourself. Communication, not perfection.
I feel ready to think in English.
You are ready, and so is everyone listening.
Now, your homework. We have a question for you. Write your answer in the comments below.
The question is, what is one thing in your home that you can label in English right now? Tell us. Write it in English in the comments.
For example, I see a window, or I have a brown sofa. Just one sentence. Just one. Easy.
We will read your answers. We love reading your comments. It makes us very happy.
Thank you so much for listening to the Confident English podcast today.
You are amazing. You are learning, you are growing every day, and we are proud of you.
Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and share this episode. It helps the channel so much.
And remember, you have everything you need. Your English is enough. Just think, speak, and trust yourself.
Until next time, stay safe.
And keep practicing.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.